Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Last episode, we ended with a heck of a hook at the end of a tutorial where we learned the basics of controlling Geralt, and we went and did some training, some combat training, and then things got a little weird. There was a face inside the combat dummy, and then a flying ship showed up, and I'm assuming the Wild Hunt, is that's kind of what they referred them as in the intro, showed up, and there was snow in a place that wasn't snowy before, and I'm assuming the leader of the Wild Hunt took a swing at a child who we were training named Ciri, and then it cut to black, and we don't really know what actually happened or what's going to happen next. So without any further ado, let's find out.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Well, let's be honest.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. The Wild Hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. How about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet. Soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
That's private or stuffed unicorn. We used it as a bed once. I think I'm going to keep that one private.
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh. But it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
For this shit.
Life on the continent and in the Skellig Isles is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. Alright. Striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. Your adrenaline points slowly decline when you are not engaged in combat.
Of course, when armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Vitality regeneration. You can regenerate vitality by eating or drinking, or by meditating for at least 1 hour. Note, when playing on the Blood and Broken Bones and Death March difficulty levels, meditation does not regenerate vitality. Food and drink can be placed in your consumable slots for quick use during combat. Press the up button or down button to consume them or regenerate vitality. You have some food equipped in your upper consumable slot. Press the up button now to eat it and regenerate a portion of your vitality. So it looks like we got bread and water. Received experience points 250. Alright. So I ate some bread. Yeesh, these things are nasty. Venom extract and ghoul's blood. I subscribe to old school RPG mentality. Take everything that isn't nailed down because, well, that's how RPGs have worked in the past, and while games nowadays tend to mess with that concept, or in other ways try and discourage it, I still kind of follow it because, hey, sometimes stuff is good. Mount Roach. The horse's name is Roach, apparently.
Where do you think you're going? Come back!
Witchers spend most of their time on the road in search of their next contract. They must trek across wide valleys, climb over high mountain peaks, and trudge through thick bogs. Luckily, Geralt can always count on his horse, Roach, to help him in his travels. To have Roach come to you, double press L3. Alright.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No. Really upset him, too. His theory collapsed. Hey-ya!
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. That's what keeps us going.
That's it, Roach. Take it easy.
We going? Help me! Help!
that a frickin' griffin? It's a griffin.
How's it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare. Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
This guy seems really down on his luck. I kind of want to ask for crowns because, you know what, I'm going to be nice here. He doesn't owe us a thing.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw. Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled. You seek someone?
I kind of not... She seems like she's a mage, so I'm not sure if I should be super forthcoming here. Let's be cautious.
What's it to you?
Well, you see, there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there? Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
A new entry has been added to the Bestiary. Click the touchpad to open the game menu and read it. Alright. Use the left analog stick to select the glossary and press the X button. Bestiary. So we got griffins and necrophages. Entries in the Bestiary provide additional information about monsters, including tips and strategies for how to best fight them. Griffins. Eye, half eagle, half tomcat, just like on the Lord's crest. Except this one was carrying a dead cow instead of a scepter. Griffin attack witness, name unknown. Griffins were once only found high in the mountains where they would hunt marmots and wild goats. While humans encroached on their lands, however, griffins soon discovered a new source of much more plentiful and easier caught prey: cows, sheep, and shepherds. Though still wary of main roads and towns where folk with the means to hire a witcher are like to dwell, these half-eagle, half-wildcat creatures have gone from rarities to often-countered pests known throughout the northern realms. Especially hated are the subspecies known as royal griffins and archgriffins. Let's take a look at necrophages. Ghouls. Oh, so hybrids is the category, griffins is the monster, necrophages is the category, ghoul is the monster. Ghouls creep and crawl at night, eating everything in sight. In a snap they'd eat you too, chop you up for ghoulish stew. Children's rhyme. Ghouls and graveyears are hard to describe. In part, they resemble humans, yet on the whole they are the utter negation of all that is human. Though they have arms and legs like men, they walk on all fours like dogs or badgers. Though they have eerily familiar faces, one searches them in vain for any sign of sentiment, reason, or even a spark of consciousness. They are driven by one thing and one thing only, an insatiable craving for human flesh. So griffins are vulnerable against, looks like bombs. It looks like an oil canter, I don't know. And that's one of the symbols. I don't remember which symbol that one is. I'm sure I will learn them as I play the game. Ghouls are vulnerable against red potions. I don't know what that red potion is. I'm sure I will... let's see. L3 hide descriptions. L3 hold description size. Show description, hide description. I don't see any description. I don't see any change as I push this button. So let's hold the description size. Nothing's changing. Okay. So Bestiary Griffins, Bestiary Ghouls, characters Lambert. Alright, so let's look at the characters. We got Cyrilla. Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. What can I possibly say about her? That we call her Ciri for short, that she was born in 1251, that she has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek. All true, and that's the Cyrilla I know best. The one I first laid eyes upon those many years ago, the one who seemed thoroughly, well, not ordinary, but certainly not as extraordinary as she in fact is. For Cyrilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, and the last bearer of the Elder Blood, a powerful source endowed with exceptional magic talent and the lady of time and space. Her hair color and date of birth seem rather incidental now, don't they? I could also tell you she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that would be a gross simplification. Ciri is much more. She is his destiny, his unexpected child, someone bound to the Witcher by fate's most inextricably tangled fetters. Following age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There he and Vesemir taught her the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed, and they discovered she was a source. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well. Because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Dandelion. I would wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, and therefore already familiar with me, Dandelion, and the role I am to play in the following tale. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by way of self-portrait for the sake of thoroughness, and in the event you have spent much of the last half-century in some dark corner where the light of my star has yet to reach. That would be me. Born in 1229, a talented poet and troubadour, a graduate of Oxenfurt Academy, a frequent performer at royal courts, an unequaled lover appreciated, and in some cases adored by ladies worldwide, a skilled negotiator and a stirring orator. Such is the image of the bard Dandelion as painted by his friends and promoters. This image is, of course, somewhat overbright in its coloring. I personally prefer to think of myself as a dedicated artist in thrall to his muse, one whose work has benefited immeasurably from the fact that I was, am, forever will be, or I was, am, and forever will remain a close friend and steadfast companion to the Witcher Geralt. It is his fate I chronicle in this present work, and his story which I shall sing till the end of my days. Oh, that's nice. Eskel was one of the other Witchers at Kaer Morhen. All Witchers have a great deal in common, but with Eskel and Geralt the similarities are particularly striking. They first met as two boys of the same age swinging wooden swords at Kaer Morhen. They then went through an ordeal together, the first round of selections, the murderous changes, the trial of the grasses, and training on the gauntlet, the Witcher's daunting obstacle course. They also received hidings together for more than one act of childish delinquency. When they became adults, they walked the path separately, but still reconvened at Kaer Morhen nearly every winter to wait out the cold, drink to their successes, and remember fallen comrades. Though Eskel never gained Geralt's renown, he equaled the White Wolf in experience and carried out his contracts with care and efficiency. Death had almost taken him many times during his hunts, yet in an ironic twist the hideous scar on his face came not from a monster's claw, but from the blade of Deirdre Adamain, his highly unpredictable, unexpected child. I've seen the phrase unexpected child show up now twice. It's capitalized both times, so I'm guessing this is a term I'm going to learn. Geralt of Rivia. Many cannot fathom the friendship Geralt of Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. When we first began breaking bread together, spiteful tongues said he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body in a hollow tree before I provoked someone else into doing the same to us both. Those individuals spoke out of pure jealousy, for Geralt was my dearest friend, a fact which he gave ample evidence of on numerous occasions. I could say a great deal about that, world-famous monster hunter, the man known as, in Elder speech, as Gwenbleed, or our younger yet no less noble tongue as the White Wolf. For Geralt of Rivia is a truly exceptional individual. A brief encounter might tempt one to label him a mere swinger of swords, a simple monster catcher, a rough-and-tumble practitioner of a dirty trade, but peer closer and you will soon discover he is a man of unplumbed depths, unique views, and vast world-spanning experience. On the surface, he is introverted, tight-lipped, one might even say gruff, but underneath lies an overflowing sea of goodwill, good humor, and an honest readiness to help his friends, be it with a bit of sound advice or the masterful application of his blade. Setting aside cumbersome false modesty, I can say that I know his story better than any man alive. I was with him through hard times and good, helping with wise advice, warm words, and razor wit. As a result, I am a vital part of his story, both in its earlier and present portions. It is thus my duty to continue my chronicle and, for the benefit of future generations, put in writing the next chapter of his deeds and exploits. Lambert was the other Witcher at Kaer Morhen. The youngest among the Witchers of Kaer Morhen, and perhaps the last ever trained within its walls. By the start of our tale, Lambert had proven his chops many times over, having hunted down many a mighty beast and traversed nearly all the continent's realms several times over. Yet he had also developed a reputation for arrogance and sardonic humor, and his gruff and at times excessively blunt manner could irritate even his fellow Witchers of the School of the Wolf. Whatever his vices, it went without saying that Lambert would brave the fires of any hell for his companions. Vesemir. Vesemir was the oldest living member of the Wolf School and most likely the oldest Witcher of any school on the continent. About as long in years as the ruins of Kaer Morhen themselves. So it's ruins now, okay. And though eternally complaining about his creaky bones, this master of the Witcher trade gave no thought to a well-deserved retirement. Grey but still spry, he continued to ply the monster hunting trade into his golden years. Effectively, too, as he'd seen more beasts than all of his students put together. A harsh and demanding instructor in Geralt's youth, over the years he had become something of an adoptive father and mentor to the other Witchers, always ready to help with sage advice and steady hands. In the spring of 1272, when our story begins, Vesemir had joined Geralt on his search for Yennefer, trekking with him through war-ravaged Temeria. Yennefer of No, I'm kidding. Vengerberg, it looks like. The Witcher first met the raven-haired sorceress a good 20 years back. Their friendship and the feelings between them were born of a common adventure involving a genie and a wish granted to Geralt that intertwined their fates inextricably. In the time since then, their relationship had, however, been quite stormy. Rich ups and downs, crises and breakups, Geralt and Yennefer's love provides irrefutable proof of the thesis that opposites attract. A few years ago, Geralt and Yennefer had, after a long separation, full of adventures for them both, gotten back together again. Their moment of repose was interrupted by the wild hunt, which took Yennefer captive. The Witcher set out at once to save her, but lost his memory while doing so. When he finally recovered it, he immediately set off once more on his quest to find his beloved sorceress. Okay, a little bit of context. And I think that's enough reading for right now. So this is a merchant. Let's talk to the merchant.
Greetings.
I accidentally hit the wrong button, which is why it came up on screen. You cannot attack this target. When on a road, hold X without steering to automatically follow its path. Your horse won't lose stamina while using this option to automatically follow a road.
Run, Roach.
So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountain, sure, but here? Near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Populated areas. You're nearing a village. Don't disturb the peace. Remember, town guards and hired watchmen won't tolerate theft and also won't look kindly on you accosting others. Local residents often erect notice boards near settlements such as villages and cities. These are marked with like a page symbol on your map. Examine them to learn about contracts, work for Witchers, and local happenings.
missing one day, so...
Slower.
Started poking him arse, when he started twisting and squirming, so wham...
Whoa!
Except it was some drowner that had sucked on him. Which had naught to do with it.
What?
Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaver-lost freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a Griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witches. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
Options marked with a coin purse will open the shop panel. That makes sense. So we got roasted chicken leg time 4. Nice. Looking for a woman, show me what you got. Pretty busy place. There a contract on the Griffon. Let's get to know the situation a little bit first.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Looking for a woman is probably the main quest driving option, so I'm going to choose the other options first.
There a contract on that Griffon?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the aldermen don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Well, I'm going to shop last, but I'm going to actually... I wanted to ask about the Griffon first, is really what it was.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelt that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Dialogue options marked with 2 speech bubbles with an X will end the conversation. Good to know. Alright, let's see what she's got to buy.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Buy and sell items using the shop panel. Press X to make a button, or to make a purchase. Press circle to close the shop panel. Alright, so... roasted chicken leg, food and drink, 50 vitality generation, 50 vitality generation during combat, 10-second effect duration. Okay, so on the left is what I've got, on the right is what she's got. Yennefer's letter. This item cannot be sold. That makes a ton of sense. Alchemy, crafting. So venom extract. This item cannot be sold. I got those from the ghouls. And alchemy. Ghoul's blood. Alchemy ingredient. Okay. So I have a Wolven Hour potion. Temporarily lowers the required level of all items by 2. Tawny Owl potion. Accelerates stamina regeneration. Weapons. I have a torch, which emits a dim light. And what does she have? Decoy Gwent card. I've heard of Gwent. It's a card game in this game. Card mini game. It's supposed to be exceptionally good, so much so that CD Projekt Red actually released it as a separate standalone game. But as of right now, I don't know much about it. Catapult. Blue Stripes Commando. Crinfrid Reaver's Dragon Hunter. Let's try saying that 3 times fast. Full Test. Redanian Herbal Alchemy ingredient. Makaman Spirit. Dwarven Spirit. Nilfgaardian Lemon. Cherry Cordial. Mandrake Cordial. Alkahest. Homemade Pepper Vodka. Water. Cow's milk. Apple. Egg. Chicken leg. Chicken. Cheese. Dumpling. Bread. Baked potato. Baked apple. Grapes. Plum. And potatoes.
Thanks for everything. Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
You hear? Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Oh, Drommel. Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? Passing out their patrimony. Give it to their own.
Alright, I'm going to call an end to the episode here. You know the drill. Click over there and join me next time as we continue to search for Yennefer in this town. The White something. I've forgotten the name of it already. See you then.